Hello everyone, welcome back to Canvas Conversations. Today we will sit down with Titan FC Flyweight champion Jose Shorty Torres. Jose will be fighting this Friday night live on UFC Fight Pass, where he will look to make Titan FC history by becoming the promotion's first two-division champion. Arguably MMA's top prospect, Jose Shorty Torres. Welcome, sir. Thank you for your time, man. Appreciate you coming on.
Dude, it's awesome, man. I'm just happy I'm getting a lot of attention and just happy people enjoy the show.
Awesome, man. Hey, how did you get this second title fight?
I made it. Titan FC, I really thought Pedro Nobra, after beating him, a guy, UFC vet, 18-2-2, went the distance with Tim Elliott. He just went the distance with Demetrius Johnson, so it shows how tough an opponent Pedro Nobra is. And the guy's never been TKO'd before, and I thought doing it in 86 seconds was going to be my call up. I know they call people up at 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, 5-0, so I was like, man, if I'm beating the proper guys and I'm defending my belt, I'm definitely going to get called up. Well, sadly the UFC didn't want to call me up. They go, hey man, you should get more fights. Well, instead of fighting other prospects and possibly losing to prospects coming up, again, anything could happen. I decided, let me get a fight that's worth it. So worst comes to worst, even if I do lose, I'm losing to a champion, a respected champion like Farkal Sharepov. So I was like, you know what, Titan FC, let me bump up. You guys have never had a champion versus champion event. You guys are growing more and more every single event. I think this is a great event to make. Let's have a great co-main event. Let's get this thing to happen. And Titan FC goes, you know what? Let's make it happen. I had to convince Lex McMahon to do it. He's like, let's cool. Let's roll the ball. And I'm trying to give the UFC an offer they can't refuse. I'm only 4-0. Hopefully soon to be next Friday 5-0. And if I win this fight, it's like, hey man, I'm doing stuff that people have not done before, mainly in such a small amount of time. I've only been pro since last March, so being barely a little over a year, I'm pretty much there, man. And again, 5-0, 2 belts, something that's never been done before in Titan FC, something that's never been done before that fast in any promotion. Dude, if the UFC doesn't sign me, that's like disrespect to me. So I'm hoping, this is the fight to make and the fight to win.
Yeah, Sharepov, the bantamweight champion, did it take some convincing to get him to take this fight, being that he might not have as much to gain as you do? Yeah, the biggest thing for us is that, I looked at it from a business side of perspective. Absolutely. I know he'll fight anybody, I'll fight anybody, that's just our pride kicking in, but for him, no one wants to fight the smaller guy, because you beat the smaller guy with a small record, it's like, man, who cares? It's like, oh, I beat a guy who's 4-0, who cares? Or, damn, I lost to a guy who's 4-0, it really sucks. So, you know what? Farkal, you just won a tournament. You're obviously deserving, won the belt. There's no one right now to fight you that's deserving of it. That really has the hype. If you lose to anyone, you're losing to a prospect, and it's really a lose-lose for you, because you're losing to a no one, no offense to anybody at the weight class, and you just lost your belt. You might as well, if you do by chance lose your belt to me, you at least lost to the champ, the hype train right now of Titan FC, and you're getting some great publicity out of it, and you lost a legit opponent to where you could fight maybe one more time and get a title shot right after that. So at least you're losing to somebody that's legitimate compared to you lose to a prospect. Now you have to fight 2-3 more times to get back up there, or you lose to a prospect and UFC is like, I guess there really wasn't that much hype on Farkal Sharepov. Compared to you lose to me, it's like you lost to a legit guy and they're still possibly looking at him. And for us, we're both trying to get it to the highest promotion in the world, and that's the UFC right now. We got to take fights that are worth it. We're right there, but we need to take those extra risks to move up. And I think, even though it's not as rewarding for him as it is for me, it's still a win-win for him. Absolutely. So even though you are only 4-0 professionally, do you feel that you've sort of already outgrown Titan FC in terms of the competition in that promotion?
There's always somebody that definitely comes out of the woodworks and, that no one knows and can definitely shine the spotlight. I know other people have done it. I've done it so far in Titan FC, and I know there's going to be more and more people to continue to do so. Right now, at least in my weight class, there's nobody worth fighting. I know there's other prospects out there that will get their title shot one day, whether it's against me or the next future Titan FC Flyweight champ, but I want to take a fight that's worth it, and for me, I need a challenge, and the UFC wanted me to struggle in my last fight, sadly. I don't know if it's a sad thing that I won in 86 seconds, usually that's what you want to see is knockouts, and that's whether it's the first second or the last second of the fight,
I'm just trying to bring excitement to the flyweight division, hopefully for the UFC. And you don't want to see knockouts, so hopefully, and I really do mean this, I hope that Farkhad Sharipov is a challenge for me. I'm doing this not just for myself, but for my career. I want to be a person who says that they can go 5-round distance, 25-minute war, and have that experience early on in my life compared to I do in the UFC, and I'm just not prepared for it. So for me, man, I'm just excited for the fight. But it's hopefully do this, and the UFC calls me up. If they don't call me up, then I got to figure things out from there.
Yeah, is it hard to kind of focus? I mean, I know you're focused on the fight Friday and getting things done there, but is it kind of in the back of your mind that, man, am I going to get the nod after this fight? Is this going to be enough?
Yeah, I'm really trying my best not to look past Farkhad Sharipov, because he is a respected champion and a very, very good opponent. But it's one of those things that, man, if you don't call me up, what else do I have to do? Right. Do you really just want to see that number rise from 5-0 to 6, 7, 8-0? What's it really matter? Might as well fight some good opponents that are worth it. And for me, I can get the great publicity from the UFC and make a decent paycheck. Us fighters in the, I would call them semi-pro promotions, Titan FC, LFA, all the promotions that are right there, the UFC feeder programs, we don't make much. So for us to fight as much as possible in these smaller promotions and then hopefully get the call up is well worth it. So
right.
Yeah, I'm working hard for it. I'm really hoping. I thought my last fight was going to do it for me, and luckily I was able to come up with this idea. Hopefully it's a good idea. But when this fight, man, I find it again complete disrespect for them not to call me up, because you see people all the time being called up at 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, and 5-0, but they're from Jackson Wink, Team Alpha Male, big time gyms that have networking. That's just really what it is. So it's like, oh man, because I'm not from a big time gym doesn't mean you can't call me up. So I'm finding good guys, and I'm hoping this fight does it.
So if you were to win, you'd be the 2-division champion. You'd be in the company of some serious names in the world of MMA, my man. Do you think that winning this fight would solidify that you deserve to be fighting the best in the world?
Man, I hope so. Because you think about it, you see guys in the flyweight division now that, and this is no offense to any of the guys on there, but you have young athletes as well. Ray Borg, Sergio Pettis, Brandon Moreno, all these guys that either got their shot from a name or got their shot from the show or have worked hard in their local promotion and done so. But they're young athletes that had their connections and their ways in. For me, man, I've been working real hard, and I believe it's a deserving fight. No one's ever done it at 5-0. They get 2 belts in one promotion that fast in history, in pretty much a year's time. And Conor McGregor did it, Juan Archuleta, Tom the Fire Kid has done it, and they're all now in the UFC. Juan Archuleta's still king of the cage, but he's a 3-weight class champion, So it's that saying it by itself is just ridiculous for MMA. But I wouldn't know what to do after. It's like, what do I do? Do I go back down to flyweight and just beat up other guys and in a sense have no names and kind of risk my career? Or do I fluctuate? Do I just wait? So it's weird, but for me, I train with some of the best. My whole training camp for this one was with TJ Dillashaw. I was getting him ready for John Lineker when he fought him. And, dude, I've been able to hang with some of the best at Jackson Wink, with Dodson, Swanson, the Pettis brothers, everyone. So I know I'm deserving of it. It's just for them to see if I am. And I believe I am. That's why I'm trying to put the full risk out there and put all the cards on the table and just fighting the best of the best to show I can hang with people in a higher promotion like the UFC.
How has it been to consistently get that training with TJ? What have you gained from training with him consistently?
Oh, dude, it's been so tiring. He's cool, man. He's taught me a lot, and I do call him, and I have made a post about this, that he's like my mentor for my training camp now. He is my only sparring partner, because he's legit like the only person the size of me in the camp there. So it's just him and I going back and forth, and TJ's the typical Division I wrestler where if you take him down, he wants to take you down 100 times. That's just his mentality. Like, he hates losing. So in every single practice, whether it's sparring, drilling, he goes 100%. Dude, he's punched me while wrestling. Like, he just goes 100%. Like, that's just his mentality. Whether you like it or not, it's just how it is. And if you can't handle it, you're either gonna get your butt kicked or you just don't go with him. Those are the two things. And me, I like the challenge and be able to know that I can hold my own against him. He teaches me so much with the holes that I still need to go, or when it's like, oh man, I feel really good at this, and then he exploits something that
I just haven't experienced it, or I'm just not at that level yet. He shows it because he is, I believe, one of the best bantamweights in the world. And dude, he just going with him for the month before my fight with Pedro Nobre. I think because of that, I was able to knock out Pedro Nobre in 86 seconds. I was like, oh wait, Nobre, you're gonna stand right in front of me. You're not gonna move around. You're not gonna switch stances. You're not gonna throw punches and kicks from all these different angles. And I don't have to worry about a takedown. Oh, this is awesome, you know. So, and that's why I'm excited for Farkal Sharipov as well. But dude, training with TJ has helped a lot. You know, regardless of what people say about him on the show, the whole alpha male thing, whatever. The dude's a very, very humble guy, and he does his thing. He helps me a lot. So without him, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now.
That is amazing, man. That is great to hear. So, what are your final thoughts before the fight on Friday?
I don't know. You know, me, I'm not too much of an anxious or nervous guy. I would say probably anxious. I'm just excited. You know, there are those little nerves that go in there. But for people who do watch my fight, you know, I go in there smiling, having fun, and mimicking characters that were my idols, from Goku, the Power Rangers, all that stuff. I've actually left little hints on my Instagram of what I'm coming out to next. So hopefully people get it. But nah, man, I'm just excited. I haven't had a challenge yet, and this is no disrespect to any of my opponents that I faced so far. I haven't had a challenge yet as a professional, and for me, I really want to have that challenge now to say I've done it, and hopefully it's the fight that the UFC wants and believe it's a deserving fight for me to move up to, you know, to the big leagues. I believe I'm there. I know I'm there. I'm just waiting for the challenge, and I believe Farkal Sharipov is going to be a very, very tough fight. He's called the Crazy Russian for a reason, and I'm hoping I get to witness that and notice that in the fight. But you know, we'll see until May 19th comes. I can say I'm gonna win. I can say I'm gonna do all these things, but you know, we'll see when the fight comes. I'm just excited for it. I'm really just more than happy and ready to hopefully create history.
Awesome, man. Hey, man, I know it's late already. I don't want to keep you too long. I just wanted to let you know I appreciate you coming through, giving me your time. Tomorrow's the start of your fight week, so I'll let you get to it, my man.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I gotta get up and go run.
Yeah,
I'm only like 3.5.
yeah.
I'm only like 3.5 pounds off, but I want to be as lean as possible. So I'm still, in a sense, doing all the stuff that I have to do to make 125. But overall, man, I really appreciate it. I enjoy the time. I really appreciate the investment of talking to me and the interest. But man, I'm more than happy to help whenever I can, and I appreciate it. And again, without any of you guys, you know, I do say in almost every single post, we will together. We are Team Shorty. So I really, really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, brother. But like I said, we appreciate you coming. Guys, be sure to watch Jose. He fights this Friday night live on UFC Fight Pass. Thank you, brother.